So you don't have to do it necessarily every single time exactly to the T. But when you first start trucking, that was one of my biggest mistakes. Alright, guys, so if you guys are new to trucking or just getting into trucking, I guarantee you've heard the term trip planning. And what it is it basically means before you go out on your trip, you plan it out, you look at the map, you look at the weather, you look at how to get there, you call the customer, you ask for directions, you look for parking, you figure out different spots that you're going to stop along the way. Where all the different truck stops are. You look at your time and see what kind of time you have to get there and what your appointment time should be. Is my appointment time going to roughly match my ETA? Now, as of now, right now at Donner's Pass, we got thousands of vehicles backed up, and a lot of them didn't stop at the truck stop. A lot of them, when you see the interstate shut down, they'll go right up to the barricade because they didn't look at the traffic, they didn't look at the weather, they were completely blindsided, and that's failure to trip plan. It's the same thing if you you can't find your customer, you take a wrong turn, you end up at a low bridge or in the wrong town or something like that. All this is basically failure to trip plan. We all do it. No driver out here follows his route exactly on a map every single trip and all that. But it's a good habit to get into. Call your customers, get directions, make sure you get in contact with somebody at the job site. And also, like I said, look at different truck stops on the route. If you know you're going to be close on hours, you look at different truck stops. Okay, I'll be able to make it here, and then I'll have enough hours to make it there. And you can also figure I'm going to take a 2-hour break in the sleeper at the customer. That'll give me enough time to get to this truck stop or whatever. But all this basically encompasses trip planning. It's not just looking at the map and seeing where you're going to go. It's all this together. Kind of integrated, and as you get into farther into trucking, you're going to realize a lot of this stuff is just completely automatic, and a lot of the times you won't have to do it for a lot of trips because you've been there before and everything. You know the customers, they know you by name, you know the hours that they're open, so you don't have to do it necessarily every single time exactly to the T. But when you first start trucking, that was one of my biggest mistakes. Not doing near enough trip planning when I first started, when I didn't know where anything was. I didn't know hardly any routes around the country. Now I do. Actually, today I took a route I'd never taken before for first time in years. But anyway, that is basically trip planning all summed up. And it's not, like I said, it's not just looking at a map. It's all these things encompassed and kind of working together until you get enough experience to where you have an idea where you're going and what you're going to do. And even then, I still get caught off guard.